You think a clove of garlic is just a flavor boost, but what if that tiny white bulb is silently draining your health? Imagine reaching for a kitchen staple that promises heart protection, yet the way you handle it could be feeding inflammation, spiking blood pressure, and upsetting the delicate balance of your gut. In the next minutes, I will walk you through 10 common garlic mistakes that doctors see every day in seniors and show you exactly how to correct each one with a simple everyday action. Stay with me because the 7th mistake is the one most people never even notice, and it could be raising your blood pressure while you sleep. When I first sat down with my own 78-year-old mother, she told me she ate garlic every day, believing it was her secret weapon against colds. Yet her doctor flagged high cholesterol and occasional stomach upset. I realized that good intentions can mask hidden errors. Seniors have unique needs, slower digestion, a higher chance of medication interactions, and a more sensitive gastrointestinal lining. That means the way you store, prepare, and consume garlic matters more than ever. In this video, we will explore each mistake in 3 clear steps. First, we identify the mistake. Second, we explain what happens inside the body. Third, we give you a practical fix you can start using tonight. By the end, you will know how to let every clove work for you, not against you. If you find this information eye-opening, go ahead and hit the like button. It tells me you're ready for the truth. And if you want more senior health insights, consider subscribing so you never miss a tip that could change your life. Let's begin with the foundation, how you store garlic. Mistake number 1, refrigerating whole bulbs. When you tuck a fresh bulb in the refrigerator, the cold temperature triggers sprouting and the loss of allicin, the compound that gives garlic its powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Your body then receives a weaker version of the clove, which means less protection for your heart and immune system. The simple fix is to keep whole bulbs in a cool, dry, dark place, a pantry shelf or a paper bag away from sunlight, and use them within 2 to 3 weeks. Mistake number 2, cutting garlic too early. The moment you slice or crush a clove, an enzyme called alliinase begins to convert alliin into allicin. This reaction peaks after about 10 minutes, then gradually declines as the enzymes break down. If you add the garlic to a hot pan immediately, the heat destroys the enzyme before allicin can fully form, and you lose most of its health benefits. The corrective step is to let chopped garlic rest on the counter for 10 to 15 minutes before cooking, allowing the allicin to develop fully. Mistake number 3, using pre-minced garlic from a jar. Those convenient jars are often filled with garlic that has been sitting in oil for months, exposed to light and heat, which degrades allicin and can even promote the growth of harmful bacteria. Moreover, many jars contain added salt or preservatives that can raise sodium intake, a concern for seniors watching blood pressure. The best approach is to use fresh cloves whenever possible, or if you must use jarred garlic, choose a brand that lists minimal ingredients and store it in the refrigerator, using it within a week. Mistake number 4, overcooking garlic. High heat for a long time turns allicin into a compound called diallyl disulfide, which still has some benefits but loses the potent antioxidant capacity of allicin. Overcooked garlic can also become bitter, leading some people to add more salt to mask the taste, inadvertently increasing sodium load. To preserve the healthful compounds, add garlic towards the end of the cooking process, letting it sizzle gently for just 1 to 2 minutes before the dish is finished. Mistake number 5, consuming garlic on an empty stomach without water. Garlic is acidic and can irritate the lining of the stomach, especially in older adults whose mucosal barrier may be thinner. This irritation can trigger acid reflux, heartburn, or even gastritis, counteracting its anti-inflammatory reputation. A simple remedy is to pair a clove of raw or lightly cooked garlic with a glass of water, or incorporate it into a meal that includes fiber-rich vegetables, which buffers the acid and eases digestion. Each of these adjustments takes only a few seconds, yet they amplify the protective power of garlic dramatically. Think about it, a small change in storage, a brief pause after chopping, a tweak in cooking timing, all of them turning a common kitchen habit into a true health ally. Now let's pause for a moment. Have you ever tried any of these tricks? What did you notice in your energy levels or digestion? Share your experience in the comments. I really want to hear how these simple steps are working for you. If this is blowing your mind, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned because the next set of mistakes dives deeper into how garlic interacts with medication, blood pressure, and the gut microbiome. The journey is just beginning and the most dangerous mistake is still ahead. Mistake number 6, mixing garlic with certain prescription medicines. Many seniors take blood pressure tablets, cholesterol-lowering statins, or anticoagulant drugs such as warfarin. Garlic contains compounds that can act like a mild blood thinner, and when it meets a medication that already thins the blood, the combined effect may tip the balance toward excessive bleeding. Your heart may beat normally, but a tiny cut on the kitchen counter could take longer to stop bleeding than it used to. The science behind this is simple. Allicin interferes with platelet aggregation, the process that helps clots form. When platelets are less able to stick together, the body's natural safety net weakens. The practical fix is straightforward. Before you add a generous handful of raw garlic to your evening stew, check with your physician or pharmacist. Ask them if any of your current prescriptions could interact with garlic and whether a modest amount, perhaps 1 to 2 cloves a day, is safe. If they advise caution, consider using cooked garlic instead because heat reduces the platelet inhibiting potency. Have you ever noticed bruises appearing more easily after a new supplement? Share your story in the comments. It helps the community learn together. Mistake number 7, assuming garlic will automatically lower blood pressure without considering timing. Numerous studies have shown that regular garlic consumption can modestly reduce systolic pressure, but the effect is most reliable when the garlic is taken in a consistent split-dose manner throughout the day. When seniors consume a large amount of raw garlic at dinner, the blood pressure lowering compounds surge late at night, potentially causing a dip while you are already lying down. This sudden drop can trigger dizziness upon standing, a condition known as orthostatic hypotension. Your nervous system sends a signal to raise the heart rate, but the lingering vasodilatory effect of garlic can blunt that response. The simple correction is to spread your intake. Aim for a small clove in the morning, perhaps minced into your oatmeal, and another modest piece in the afternoon, mixed into a salad dressing. This steadier release maintains a gentle, continuous influence on the vascular system, reducing the risk of nighttime lows. Also, pair garlic with a potassium-rich food like banana or avocado. Potassium helps balance sodium and supports healthy blood pressure. Do you ever feel lightheaded after a big dinner? Let us know how you manage those moments. Mistake number 8, overlooking garlic's impact on the gut microbiome. The human gut hosts trillions of bacteria that aid digestion, support immunity, and even influence mood. Garlic is a prebiotic, meaning it feeds beneficial microbes, but it also possesses antimicrobial properties that can suppress both harmful and helpful bacteria if used in excess. Seniors often have a more fragile microbiome due to age-related changes in digestion and occasional antibiotic courses. When a large quantity of raw garlic is consumed daily, the antimicrobial effect may outweigh the prebiotic benefit, leading to an imbalance known as dysbiosis. Symptoms can include bloating, gas, irregular bowel movements, and a weakened immune response. The underlying biology involves allicin and its breakdown products, which can disrupt bacterial cell walls. To keep the microbiome happy, limit raw garlic to 1 to 2 cloves per day and consider fermenting it. Fermented garlic, such as black garlic, has a milder antimicrobial profile and retains many of the prebiotic fibers. Adding a small spoonful of fermented garlic to soups or vegetable stir-fries can provide the same nutritional boost without upsetting the bacterial equilibrium. Have you tried black garlic before? Tell us how it tasted and whether you felt any difference in digestion. Mistake number 9, believing that more is always better when it comes to garlic supplements. The market is flooded with capsules, powders, and aged extracts promising heart health, immune support, and even anti-cancer benefits. While concentrated forms can be convenient, they often contain standardized doses far higher than what you would get from a typical culinary serving. For seniors whose kidneys and liver may process substances more slowly, a high-dose supplement can accumulate, leading to side effects such as persistent bad breath, body odor, or gastrointestinal upset. Moreover, some extracts are combined with other herbs that may have their own interactions, compounding the risk. The safest approach is to treat supplements as an adjunct, not a replacement for fresh garlic. If you choose a supplement, start with the lowest recommended dose, often 1 capsule a day, and monitor how you feel for a week. Keep a simple journal, noting any changes in digestion, energy, or sleep. If no adverse reactions appear, you may consider a modest increase, but never exceed the label's upper limit without medical guidance. Remember, the whole clove delivers fiber, water, and a spectrum of compounds that work synergistically. Isolated extracts lack that natural balance. Do you currently take any garlic pills? Let us know the brand and your experience. Your feedback could help others avoid unnecessary risks. Now we arrive at the climax, the most dangerous mistake that many seniors unknowingly make. Mistake number 10, using garlic as a self-prescribed remedy for serious cardiovascular conditions without professional supervision. It is tempting to think that a daily clove of garlic can replace prescribed medication for high cholesterol, atrial fibrillation, or coronary artery disease. While garlic has modest lipid lowering and anti-inflammatory properties, it is not a substitute for evidence-based drugs that have been rigorously tested in large clinical trials. Relying solely on garlic can lead to undertreatment, allowing plaque to build up in arteries, increasing the risk of heart attack or stroke. The physiological reason lies in the magnitude of effect. Studies show that garlic can lower LDL cholesterol by a small percentage, whereas statins can achieve a reduction of 20 to 30%. In the case of irregular heart rhythms, garlic's mild anticoagulant action is far weaker than that of prescribed rhythm-controlling agents. The danger escalates when patients stop their prescribed medication, believing garlic alone will protect them. This abrupt cessation can cause rebound spikes in blood pressure or cholesterol, a phenomenon known as the withdrawal surge. The corrective action is clear and non-negotiable. Never replace a doctor-prescribed therapy with garlic without explicit medical approval. Use garlic as a complementary food, not a medication. Schedule a regular checkup, discuss your garlic intake with your physician, and keep them informed of any changes you make to your diet. If your doctor supports adding garlic, follow the dosage they recommend and continue to take your prescribed drugs as directed. Have you ever considered swapping a pill for a spice? Share your thoughts. This conversation could save a life. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. We started with the humble storage mistake, learning that a cool, dry pantry preserves allicin better than a refrigerator. We discovered that cutting garlic too early can cause the beneficial enzymes to degrade, and that a brief pause after chopping retains the maximum health-boosting power. We explored how overcooking destroys the same compounds, turning a nutritious ingredient into a bitter sodium-masked addition. We learned that an empty stomach can turn garlic's acidity into irritation, and that pairing it with water or fiber-rich foods protects the delicate lining of the gut. We then delved into the complexities of medication interactions, the timing of blood pressure effects, and the delicate balance of the gut microbiome. We warned against the false promise of high-dose supplements and finally highlighted the peril of treating garlic as a standalone cure for serious heart conditions. Each point was a small adjustment, often just a few seconds or a single extra spoonful, that can transform garlic from a culinary garnish into a true health ally. Now, imagine applying these 10 simple fixes to your daily routine. Picture yourself reaching for a fresh bulb stored in a paper bag, mincing it a few minutes before cooking, letting it rest, adding it at the right moment, and pairing it with a glass of water and a handful of leafy greens. Visualize checking with your doctor, spreading your intake across the day, and choosing fermented garlic when you need a gentle gut boost. Feel the confidence that comes from knowing you are supporting your heart, your blood pressure, and your microbiome without risking unwanted side effects. This is not a distant ideal. It is a practical step-by-step plan you can start implementing tonight. Before we close, I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 mistakes did you recognize in your own kitchen? Have you already made some of the corrections, or is there a particular tip you're excited to try? Drop a comment below and let the community learn from each other's experiences. Your story might be the very piece of advice that someone else needs to hear. If you found this information valuable, please give the video a thumbs up. A simple signals to the algorithm that seniors like you are looking for trustworthy health guidance, and it helps more people discover these life-saving tips. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week we uncover hidden hazards in everyday foods, share evidence-based strategies, and answer your most pressing health questions. By staying connected, you become part of a supportive network that empowers you to age gracefully with knowledge and confidence. To recap, here are the 10 takeaways framed as a quick mental checklist you can keep on your fridge or in your phone notes. First, store garlic in a cool, dry place, not the refrigerator, and use it within a few weeks. Second, cut or crush the cloves, then let them rest for at least 10 minutes before heating, allowing allicin to form fully. Third, add garlic toward the end of the cooking process, limiting exposure to high heat to preserve its antioxidant capacity. Fourth, always consume garlic with water or alongside fiber-rich foods to protect the stomach lining. Fifth, be mindful of medication interactions. Consult your doctor before increasing your garlic intake if you're on blood thinners or antihypertensives. Sixth, spread your garlic consumption across the day to avoid sudden nighttime blood pressure drops and pair it with potassium-rich foods. Seventh, respect the gut microbiome by limiting raw garlic to a modest amount and considering fermented varieties for a gentler prebiotic effect. Eighth, treat supplements as an adjunct, not a replacement, and start with the lowest dose while monitoring how you feel. Ninth, never replace prescribed cardiovascular medication with garlic alone. Always keep your doctor in the loop. And finally, remember that consistency and balance are the keys. Small, thoughtful adjustments compound into big health benefits over time. As we part, I want you to carry forward a sense of empowerment. You have the tools to make garlic work for you, not against you. The next time you reach for that fragrant bulb, you'll do so with intention, knowledge, and the confidence that you're protecting your heart, your gut, and your overall well-being. Thank you for spending this time with me, for caring about your health, and for joining a community that values evidence-based living. Until our next deep dive into everyday nutrition, stay curious, stay safe, and keep thriving. Take care. Take care. Before you go, let's pause for a moment and reflect on what you've just heard. Imagine a future where each clove of garlic you add to a soup, a salad, or a roast becomes a tiny guardian of your heart, your blood pressure, and your digestive comfort. Does that picture feel a little brighter, a little safer? If any of those 10 points sparked a question, I invite you to write it in the comments below.
Your curiosity fuels this community, and the answers we share help everyone stay a step ahead of hidden health risks.
Now, a gentle reminder, the habits we discussed today are most powerful when they become part of a daily rhythm. Try picking one of the 10 tips, perhaps letting crushed garlic rest for 10 minutes before you heat it, or moving your pantry bulb to a paper bag for a few weeks. Stick with that single change for the next 7 days and notice how your meals taste, how your stomach feels, and whether you notice any subtle shifts in your energy.
Small, consistent steps are the secret sauce of lasting health.
I also want to acknowledge that every body is unique. If you are taking prescription medicines, especially blood thinners or blood pressure drugs, keep an open line of dialogue with your physician. Sharing the specific ways you enjoy garlic can help your doctor fine-tune any necessary adjustments, ensuring that the benefits of this ancient herb are fully realized without unintended side effects. Your participation matters. If this video gave you a clearer path to using garlic wisely, please give it a thumbs up. That simple click tells the algorithm that you value evidence-based guidance, and it helps more seniors find the information they need. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. Each week, we dive into another everyday ingredient, a hidden habit, or a simple movement that can protect your health as you age. By joining the community, you'll never miss a chance to add another layer of protection to your life. Remember, knowledge is a tool, but action is the craft that shapes your well-being. Take the next step today, choose one garlic habit, apply it, and watch how a modest adjustment can ripple into greater vitality. Thank you for sharing this time with me, for caring deeply about your health, and for being part of a community that chooses science over myth. Until our next exploration, stay curious, stay safe, and keep thriving. Take care.